EIG, and welcome to the Love Your Life series. I created these 15 to 20 minute workshop videos to give you some insights and tools to help you move into a higher emotional state of joy and happiness. Have you ever had one of those days where everything just seems to be going wrong? You wake up late, you spill your coffee, you step in cat or dog throw up. Okay, maybe that's just me. But either way, you're like, oh, what else is going to go wrong today? And then you're like in this horrible mood and you're feeling like, why me? And then the rest of your day kind of just keeps going that way. Yeah, definitely there are some things that happen that are not fun. And sometimes it does maybe feel like the world is a little bit out to get us. And the reality is, when we take on that attitude and that energy, we are actually perpetuating the problem. Yes, that means we become the problem. What started as just some unfortunate circumstances, we turn into a whole attitude, a whole morning, a whole day, a whole week, or even more. And the truth is that our energy is creating our reality. I'm going to say that again. Our energy creates our reality. Now, on the flip side, have you ever noticed that when you're in a good mood and like things just are going your way, you're smiling, you're feeling it, and like people are smiling at you and they're talking to you and they want to be helpful? That is because what we put out into the world is what is always reflected back to us. So we can put out angry, victim, resentful energy, and we'll likely get that back. Or we can put out positive, open-hearted, grateful energy, and we will likely receive that back. What we don't often realize is that it is our choice, always. Now, I'm not saying that you should do this fake optimism or what some people call spiritual bypassing. I'm not saying that. I am saying feel your feelings. So if you're angry, be angry. If you're sad, be sad. But don't stay in those. Don't be stuck in those. Get curious. Start to kind of process through them. And maybe even choose to gain some wisdom from the experience and possibly even be grateful for the experience. So instead of being in this horrible mood because you overslept and then you spilled your coffee, maybe pause and explore the feelings wow, am I beating myself up for not being responsible to wake up on time and then spilling my coffee because I was rushing? What is the possible lesson here? What possible wisdom could I gain from this? Well, maybe I could set 2 alarms. Maybe I can breathe and calm down and just kind of slow down and realize that the world's not going to end if I'm a few minutes late. Maybe I could learn to be a little more compassionate with myself. There's a good one. Now, maybe I can also choose to be grateful for all this wisdom. So you see, in this scenario, I honor my feelings, I process them, I get curious with them, and then I find the wisdom, and then I'm grateful for the wisdom. So this is just kind of one of the benefits of developing an attitude of gratitude. So let's explore some other benefits. But first, I want to define gratitude. And I want to say that my definition of gratitude kind of says that it's somebody with a great attitude. Attitude of gratitude, great attitude. They kind of go hand in hand, right? Well, we can get a little more philosophical definition, actually from a Benedictine monk named Brother David Steindl-Rast. And he was the author of a book called Gratefulness, the Heart of Prayer. And he said that gratitude has 2 important qualities. First, that it's something that we deem valuable. So it's an appreciation for something we deem valuable or worthy. The second quality, though, is that gratitude must be given freely and from the heart. So that's actually one of the reasons why I'm giving my services away for free during this challenge. Again, gratitude is something very special and it's contagious. So when we give something away from our heart, it inspires others to do the same. And that's what I'm hoping will happen with this challenge. So don't forget that if you're watching this video right now, your part of the challenge is to pay gratitude forward to 2 people. Now, it can just be like an act of kindness or a hug or a compliment. But when you do it, just tell them that you are doing this as part of an attitude of gratitude challenge and that you're putting gratitude in the world, and would they do the same and pay it forward? All right, so we all know why being grateful is important and that it really can benefit ourselves and others. But what's interesting to me is that studies show that implementing a gratitude practice is one of the most ignored. And it's strange because if you think about it, we as humans want to be appreciated and valued so badly. And yet we don't have a consistent practice of showing value and appreciation to ourselves or to others. So maybe I have some convincing to do. So for those of you who might need a little more convincing of why you would want to put in place a daily gratitude practice, I'm going to go ahead and share some scientific proof on the benefits of consistently living in gratitude. So fortunately, there are a number of scientific studies available on this subject. So I'm going to kind of just share a couple of them. And first, I want to talk about the impact of gratitude on the brain. So first, when someone practices gratitude consistently, it actually wires and fires new neural connections to the bliss center of the brain. That's the part of the brain that feels happiness. It also enhances dopamine and serotonin, which are the neurotransmitters that are responsible for happiness. Also, gratitude will reduce fear and anxiety because it regulates our stress hormones. And it also fosters cognitive restructuring because when we're thinking positive thoughts, that restructures the brain. Now, there's other benefits like sleeping. Anybody out there ever have issues with sleeping? I certainly have. Well, there was a study in 2009 that showed that test subjects who implemented a gratitude practice before bedtime actually resulted in having more peaceful and uninterrupted sleep. I don't know about you, but I'm up for that. And then let's talk about depression, anxiety, and addiction, all really big issues in our society. Well, there was a large study conducted by Virginia Commonwealth University that showed that thankfulness and a gratitude practice actually significantly lowered the risk of major depression, generalized anxiety, phobias, alcoholism, and substance abuse. So again, really great opportunities for there to be an impact on these big issues in our culture. We have also heard about inflammation being a concern for our health. Well, according to a study by UC Davis, the practice of gratitude contributes to reducing the biomarkers of inflammation by 7%. So that's a real health benefit. And then here's my favorite one. Gratitude actually helps us live longer. According to another medical study, those people who really showed up in life with an optimistic and grateful attitude scored a 14% lower risk of dying compared to those who really operated in life with anger and cynicism and hostility. And look, I mean, that makes sense, right? We all know that. People that are happy and people that have a great attitude and that are grateful are going to be healthier than people that are angry and hostile and resentful. So it just makes sense not only physically, but mentally, for us to be more grateful in our lives. So, have I convinced you yet? I hope so. But now I want to give you some super easy practices to put into place, because you might be sitting there thinking, well, Amy, okay, yeah, I know all the benefits, but like it's kind of just hard to do. So I want to give you two actually simple practices that you could start today. First, good news, you're already doing it. By being part of the Attitude of Gratitude Challenge, you have committed to 2 acts of kindness, a hug, something to go forward and give that to someone else in the world to express gratitude. So you're already doing it. Now, here's the second practice that I'm going to invite you to do. Gratitude journaling. Look, I understand this is not a new concept. It is really just a matter of doing it and creating a habit and being disciplined. So if you have sleeping issues, though, I would invite you to explore gratitude journaling right before you go to bed and kind of see if you have noticed any kind of differences in your sleep patterns. Now, here's the one thing I want to expand on with the gratitude journaling. So instead of just writing, like, I'm grateful for my dog, write how you feel when you are with your dog. So you could say, I feel so much love, and I'm grateful for the love that I feel when my dog greets me when I walk in the door. Because it's the feeling that we're grateful for. And when we connect with the feeling, it actually creates a spike in dopamine, which raises our level of contentment and happiness. So why wouldn't we want to do that more? So again, you're already doing one by paying it forward to 2 people in this challenge. The second one is daily gratitude journaling. Maybe it's just at first 1 or 2 things, but focus on the feelings that you're grateful for. All right, hopefully you can see that expressing and living in gratitude is a clear path to loving your life more. And so I will actually see you next week with more information on how to love your life. I do want you to know that I am so grateful for every single one of you that are watching these videos. And with a grateful heart, I will see you next week.